Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time it's Minifez with 1,539 rating, and Yuchi Hungary with 825 rating, so it's going to be another high-rated DB video, and let's hop right in. We're going to see Minifez win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. He's most likely going to go first, unless if he's playing a weird deck. We see 40 in the main deck for each of them, and he chooses to go first. Opening hands are Cosmic, Desires, Avarice, Ash, Whiptail. It's cool to see both the pots. The Desires draw is going to give him more interruptions, hopefully. Because he only has like Dried and Ash versus combo. Unless if it's Infernoble, then Cosmic works versus them too. Then he has Desires, Ogre, Widow, Cosmic, and Ray. This is kind of weird. They both opened up Cosmic and Desires. Game 1 too. But he has a way to Ray. His hand is looking good. He has a hand trap. Ogre can be really good versus this deck too. Like insanely good. He's going to use Desires. I remember back in Zoo format, there was a YCS right when Draco came out, and everyone was playing Ogre. And like day 1 of the YCS, everyone was playing into it, and then day 2, every single person stopped playing into it because of how often people were losing to it day 1. See, banished an Ecclesia and 2 Thoroughblade. So he's probably out of Thoroughblade. And he's probably playing another Ecclesia since he's playing Desires. I don't think he'd want to play this just to turn off that whole engine. But his draws were kind of crazy. Servant and Tanky. Tanky, he's going to use that. He plays 3 Thoroughblade. He plays a lot of Zoo monsters. And he plays like Cosmics and Avarices. I wonder where his hand traps are. Like, Phantasme is not a hand trap. He's playing Desires. That's not a hand trap. He's playing multiple Ecclesia. Not hand traps. I wonder what his list looks like. I think my list is, like, insane. He's going to Ogre, Thoroughblade. But his list looks like it would do better. Just because of the Cosmics, it would do better versus Eldlish. But then like Avarice loses to Eldlish even harder. I don't know. My list is just made to beat combo. He's gonna use Servant, send the Ash Dragon, add Knight. He's adding Knight here because he can't just special summon Ecclesia, and then he's gonna set Cosmic, end phase, Ash, summon out Ecclesia, and then Ecclesia, add Punishment. Since he didn't banish it. And then effect, add the Punishment. Then pass turn, so he has Cosmic, Knight, and Ash as interruptions. Not bad. And he'll be able to get enough monsters engraved for Avarice, because he's going to Ash him, Ecclesia is going to die, and then that's 5. Draws Shark, and that card's going to be really good. It's going to be really good versus the Avarice. Use Desires. I'm sure he's going to get hit with Ash here. Yup, and then see the main deck talents. He banishes a Rose, the multi-roll. So he's at a multi-roll, and then he's down a Rose. We see like Droplets, Ogre, Imperms. Cosmic on the set. Cosmic's a Cosmic. Normal summon Ray, battle phase. In battle, he's going to tag out for Hayate. Then attack for 15. He's going to use the effects, send Widow. Then get rid of Hayate for Kagari. Kagari effect, add back Widow. He's going to chain Knight. He could chain Widow to Knight's hand effect to take Ecclesia. So that way this can't negate Kagari. Then he's just going to get a Widow back to hand anyways. So it's like trading Widow for Widow, but then you also get Ecclesia. Then you could go for Zek, banish Knight, and then go in the shiz. Yeah, he's definitely doing that. There's only upsides to that play. There's no downsides. Goes for Zek, banish Knight, then go for shiz. set Shark, set Widow, setting the best striker spells to set. Adds Hornet. Now if there was like an Eagle booster there too, then he'd have like all of them. Draws Phantasme, that's really good in this matchup. But he needed like, I don't even know, like a Zoo Monster wouldn't even play through this board because he has Widow, and then the Avarice loses the Shark Cannon. All of his monsters in grave, he's going to change Shark Cannon. He's going to hit the Ecclesia. So that's playing around another Servant, which I guess is fair. Hoping that he just doesn't have any more targets, since like everything's banished. Like these two are banished, and he's used Desires. And I guess these don't really cause your deck problems. This deck's, like I said, it's really good versus Zoo. Then the Knight comes back. Doesn't even set Punishment. It doesn't do anything versus this deck. And you don't even want to use it versus them, because then you're locked out of your extra deck. Draws Afterburners. He's going to turn Shiz into Kagari. And then Kagari on Widow. He's going to chain Widow to take Knight. I'm confused, because if he goes Summon Kagari, Kagari Chainlink 1, that's a trigger effect. He has to then use Phantasme as Chainlink 2, because that's also a trigger effect. And then Widow would be Chainlink 3. But instead he went Kagari Chainlink 1, Widow Chainlink 2. So now the question is, did he give his opponent enough time to use Phantasme? Or did he give his opponent enough time to use Phantasme, chain Widow, and now he's misplaying? I guess this is where we can see. Oh, for sure. He declared that he was targeting Widow and Grave, and then used the set one 2 seconds later. And he special summoned Phantasme. I guess, oh, he's allowing it? That's kind of whack. I would have asked my opponent, like, when are you using that? Are you using it as Chainlink 3? And if they say yes, then you could be like, alright, well, you can't. Well, he draws Nib and Barrage. Puts back Punishment. Again, it's just like the card you don't want to draw. Nib can actually be decent against this deck. They go into like the Selene play. Adds back Widow. Switches Knight to attack. He could have tried going for game if he really wanted to there, but it would have played in the Nib. Cause, well, it depends what his extract's looking like. Cause if he's still playing like the Hida stuff, he could have gone in the Hida, take Ash, then go in the Needle, Veilers, Selene, Access Code, Hornet Drones, bring out a guy at 15, then 15 plus 53 after popping Phantasme is enough for game. Beats over the board, but it's not worth playing into hand traps when you can just control the game for sure. Goes in the Needle. There's no tuner. There's just no way. There's no way they're letting him make Needle with no tuner. And just nobody catches this? Yo, imagine if Needle Fiber didn't take a tuner. Holy. Like, every deck could do Needle Fiber like, every deck already does Needle Fiber combos, but every deck could do Needle Fiber combos. Well, kind of sucks that they forgot about the Hida. Hopefully he just plays Hida, because if he doesn't, then they're going to have to go back far. But if he does, then if they realize it, he can just send it to grave. Set Widow, set Hornet, summon Nib at the end of main. I'm kind of confused. He popped Knight first, right? Or did he beat... Oh, he beat over it. He beat over the Knight. Yes, I'm dumb. And then he let his Tanky get popped. Why did he not just nib on the summon, like after the resolution of effect? Leave the Tanky face up on board so that way Barrage has a free pop. Because now he's going to have to barrage pop the nib. Unless if he's just going to barrage pop itself, which is just terrible. I think he should have kept the tanky. Like, a combo is so good with the barrage. Nib, attack over token. Use barrage on nib. It's really good to leave barrage up on board. It's like it really is just an extender every turn. And if you just have nothing else, then it gets to the point you can just pop itself. Go for Hammer Kong, go for Trident, then use Servant, Sun Elder. He has another target in deck. It'd have to be just like another knight. He plays 3 Ecclesia? There's just no way. This is such a... Like, where's the hand traps? All he has is Nib and Ash. There's no way the only hand traps he plays are Nib and Ash. He just loses the combo then. Every game, going second. Neither of those hand traps even stop Eldritch anymore. Eldritch can summon Dragoon through Ash or Nib. And if they discard and if they open Cursed or Lord, or like any other like extender, then they could play through Ash and Nib. It's gonna activate Servant. It's gonna send Elder, add Ecclesia, Elder effect, target the set, Chain Widow, take Trident. Special summon Ecclesia, Ecclesia effect, add punishment, set punishment, end phase. I was gonna say you could use the effect on itself or on anything. I know it's negated, but it gets the material off. So now if he uses the effect again, then there's no whiptail under it, which can actually suck. I wouldn't have done that. I would have left the material under it. Yeah, for sure. Because you want the whiptail under the Trident. I know it sounds weird because in most matchups you want it. But in this matchup, if you like Hayate, tag Trident, Hayate, whiptail effect, whatever, then you get the trigger Ray. And then now you have a Ray on board. And now you can use Ray to attack like Hammer Kong. And then like if they try equipping whiptail from hand, you can just use the effect, tag out. And now you don't have to attack. He's going to draw droplets. That is going to help somewhat. He could just afterburners the Trident though. And then he gets rid of the Trident and punishment. He's going to get rid of Ecclesia and punishment. Is it because he's going to go like drones droplet? He's going to pass? Why? Now this is confusing, because if this was his plan all along, this was just not a good plan. He could have just like Hornet, Chain, Droplet, negate, bring out a dude, or just even pop Trident punishment and just leave Ecclesia on board. Yeah, that's so confusing. And then he could have afterburners again if he wanted to, and that would have added Barrage plus the other monster, forced him on top decks. And then he would have had Droplet. Tanky. This would have been a good top deck. Gets Ram, normal summon Ram. Could have Barrage popped it, but I guess you could just pop the Tanky now. Goes in the Borbo, Chalk-a-9. Chalk-a-9 effect, bring back Hammer Kong. Goes in the Tiger Mortar effect, equip a Whiptail to Hammer Kong. Switches to attack. Attacks for 13. I don't know, this is kind of weak. He could have thrown, I don't even know. I think I would have thrown like the drill guy on top and just pushed for even more damage, because that's like 2,500 more damage. Draws that. Oh, he plays there can only be one. That is like game versus this deck. They're just all beast warriors, so then they can never make anything. Trident can only be live if he can special summon it back from grave and equip a whiptail from hand. Hornet, bring out a token. He's going to Dryden Pop it. He's going to chain Forbidden Droplet. I'm confused. He probably just doesn't even know the interaction where you could go like activate something, Droplet, get rid of it. Or like, I don't know, just last turn Afterburners, pop Dryden, get rid of it. That would have been way simpler. The Ecclesia was just doing nothing. The Ecclesia wasn't even like applying pressure like at all. The Dryden was. The Dryden could have turned into Chakanine. Goes into Kagari effect, add back Widow. He can only use that on Hammer Kong if he's going to. But like I said, leaving Whiptail under a Zoo in this matchup is very, very, very horrible. Watch him just rip this board apart. Kagari attack, Whiptail force banish, Ray bring out. Ray attack Dryden. That's 1400 damage. Or 1450, I forgot, because it's halved. Go for Shiz. He has more than 5 spells. Beats over the Tiger Mortar. Look at that. One Hornet Drones just broke all of that. Set Widow. End phase Shiz. Gets hit with Ash. Draws Servant. Like, whoa, this is so good. These Servant draws are just so good because he's getting free sends. I wonder, like, what his next target is, though. For the fusion, like, or whatever he's gonna send. Like, it could be Omega 2, it doesn't have to be a fusion. Barrage on Tanky, bring out Whiptail. And then he's gonna go. He's only gone through like one of each. Goes into Chakanine. Then Chakanine effect gets hit with Widow. Takes it. He's going to use Servant. Sun Elder. What does he mean that he can't? What? There's 2 right there. No, he probably doesn't know I could add from grave. Yeah, he's going to add Ecclesia. There's just no way he has another target for Ecclesia. He's gone through Punishment. He's gone through Night. Yeah, just no way. He plays, okay, maybe. He plays 3 Ecclesia, 3 Servant. There is a chance that he plays another target. He's going to use Elder on Shiz. Ray bring itself out. Then special summon Ecclesia effect, add Punishment. So he plays 2 Punishment. I guess because Desires, I don't know, Punishment is very bad in this deck. Like, very, very bad. Like, it's cool because, like, Dryden plus Punishment is usually just enough to beat combo game 1. But, it locks you out of your extra deck. So, kind of sucks. Like, even if they just, like, live, you can't do anything on your next turn. Terraforming, add area 0, switch Ray to attack, battle phase, beat over Chakanine. Tag out Ray in the Hayate, attack for 15. It's at 1550. That is a safe point. That's like being at like 950 versus BA. You feel like just safe enough. Draws Veiler. He's running out of everything. He has no Kagaris. 1 Shiz. 1 Hayate. 1 Kaina. And 1 Hayate that should be out of extra deck. Draws Shark Cannon. He's at a Zoo. 3 Whiptail, 1 Thoroughblade, 1 Ram. He doesn't play Rat? Or he's just not summoning it? Punishment. He plays the BLS Link. I guess. Ray bring itself back. He's playing this deck very weird. Very, very weird. Plays 2 Elder. Hayate attack direct. Like I was saying, it's a safe mark. He's at 50 now. Set Shark Pass, draws Cosmic. That's dead. Draws Ray. Veiler, Hayate in main phase. Passes, draws Rat. Normal summons Rat. Well, he could have just Barrage done this. Yeah, like that. I don't know. He could have done this like 2 turns ago. Chalkanon, bring out Dryden. He's gonna Shark Cannon the Dryden. Goes in the Drill. Attacks over Hayate. And then Ray bring itself out. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's no way. He's going to be able to summon Shiz and crash with Drill. Set a dead Cosmic Pass. Draws Ash. He's going to go in the Shiz. Crash. Then he's going to get to bring out Ray. He's going to get Drill to bring out... I'm assuming just Ram because it's the safest. Brings out Thoroughblade. Draws Avarice for turn. That's just going to get hit by Ash. Switches Ecclesia to attack. Thoroughblade attack Ray. Then attack for 15. Oh, he is tagging out in the kinda. So negate the Thoroughblade, then crash. This can't die by something summoned from the extract, so it lives. Then Ray bring itself out. This Ray has put in so much work. It's just been this one Ray this entire time. Goes in the Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar effect, equip Ram. So he wants bigger defense right now. And then next turn, he could just switch it back to offense if he wants to. Draws Imperm. Yo, that Imperm is going to win in the game. Because he's going to equip Thoroughblade, try beating over Ray, and he's going to Imperm it. It's going to go down to 0 and he dies. Switches to attack. Oh, okay. Attack Ecclesia. Set Imperm, set Ray. He's doing it. Draws Phantasme. Oh, it's happening. Oh, he's passing? He's gonna deck out. He has to go on the offense. Draws another Ray. Draws Veiler. He has to realize it here. It's like all or nothing. He even missed a turn of attacking. That might just cost him it. Well, I mean, he's gonna lose anyways, but attack, uses Imperm, 15 defense. That was crazy. He almost decked out. Moving on to game 2. We're still gonna see Striker have the advantage. Honestly, it's so hard for Zoo to win. This deck is so good versus like combo and stuff because all those decks are reliant on monsters, and this deck has an easy time with monsters, like as you can see. But then when it's something like Eldlish where they use like trap cards, or Strikers where they use spells, even like Eldlish, like the matchup isn't like horrible. It's favored in their matchup or in their favor, but you still have Whiptail to banish the Lord. So you can kind of out those easily. But the open hand is Ash, Punishment, Desires, Ash, Gamma Seal. So he needs a starter. He doesn't have one. This might be able to get him into something. Then he has Terraforming, Shark Cannon, Veiler, Called by Ray. This is pretty good. Also, people were calling this a starter at one point. It's definitely not a starter. It's a draw card. If you play a lot of starters in your deck, then like you can't count this as a starter, but it can get you to a starter more often. I don't get why people were ever calling this a starter. It's just obviously not. He's gonna Ash Terraforming, normal summon Ray. He could have called by that, but I guess he's gonna save it for like a Chalkanon effect, I'm assuming. It's not horrible. I would have just called by that. That's probably like the best called by spot. And you can just Shark Cannon whatever the Chalkanon targets. End phase, Shiz, add Hornet. Then pass play, draws Phantasme. Really good card in this matchup. Desires, he's going to banish 10. Draws Desires and Servant. The Servant's a good draw. Banishes Thoroughblade, Ecclesia, Whiptail, Knight, Thoroughblade. So unless if he sided out of Thoroughblade, he still has one left. He's out of Knight, unless if last game his last card in deck was a second Knight. He's gonna special summon Gamma Seal to his opponent's field, use Punishment, or use Servant. I'm dumb. He has Punishment right there. Send Elder to add Ecclesia. Then Elder to pop the Shark Cannon. Normal summon Ecclesia, uses the effect, gets hit with Veiler, sets Punishment, set Desires. The Veiler, like, it didn't even like do much here. Like, he doesn't know it, but like the Ecclesia was just gonna add Punishment. Draws Talons. That could be good, depending on like how he orders these. Like if he ashes his opponent first, then Talons will be good. He's going to beat over for 700. Pass turn. Draws another Gamma Seal. Passes turn. Draws Cosmic. Attacks for 22. Yeah, this feels bad. I've had this happen to me plenty of times. He sets Talons. It's a weird set. Draws Ash, where you just get in the points where like you give your opponent a Kaiju, you just can't out it, and you just get beat by it. Set Cosmic, pass, draws Evenly. Like, the Evenly just doesn't do anything. Sets it, passes. He's going to use Cosmic on it. Alright, that's okay. He used the Dead Evenly to trade with the Cosmic. That's worth. Draws Droplets, attack for 22. Like, he's just got to out this eventually, right? Like, you just have to punishment this now so that way you're not in Ayate zone. He's going to send Ash Dragon. He's going to use Hornet, bring out a token. I think I would have just gone for Elder, because like we know he plays 2. Yeah, I would have just gone for Elder and popped the Talons. Like I would have just gone for the pop the set. Like you don't even know what it is exactly, but pretty much no matter what it is, you'd want it gone. This is probably not going to resolve and get its effect because it's going to get hit by Shark Cannon most likely. He's going to tag out the Kagari. Kagari effect on Shark. Drops Phantasme. Draws Veiler and Evenly. Like, he just has no engine. Like, no zoos at all. He's going to use Talons to draw 2, gets hit with Ash, gets hit with Called By. I guess it was worth saving that Called By eventually. Draws Cosmic and Imperm. I still would have used it early on. Gets rid of Kagari for Shiz. Set Shark, set Imperm, set Widow, set Droplet. In main phase, Veiler on Shiz, set Cosmic. Should have just used Shark on Ash, because that stops him from getting to his entire Dogmatika engine. He just doesn't even use Ash at end phase. He just doesn't even use Ash at end phase. Like, either he misplayed, forgot to use the effect, or he misplayed and sent this and had the other guy banished, or he misplayed and should have sent Elder. No matter what, he misplayed one way or another, because we know he plays 2 Elder. He's going to drop Gamma Seal on Shiz. I remember back in the day you would do this and you'd feel so good, because you'd just be like, yeah, all those are dead. Now they don't play as many Sky Striker spells. They don't rely on like setting 3 Widow. I'm relying on like multi-roll. He's going to activate Avarice, chain Gamma, or chain Droplet, get rid of Gamma Seal, and then chain Shark Cannon. He did that to get that out of the main monster zone. Chain the Shark, banish the Ecclesia. And then Battle Phase 24, which are only 12 because it's halved. Then he's going to use Desires. Draws Barrage Veiler, banishes Whip, Ram, Whip, Thoroughblade. Yeah, that'll happen when pretty much like the rest of your deck is half zoos. So he's out of Thoroughblades. He has one. Nope, he's out of Whiptail. We know he only plays one Ram, which is insane since this is probably just the most like consistent zoo monster when it comes to combos. Whiptail's probably the best. Then Rat, Thoroughblade, Ram. But you just need Ram to make I can't remember its name. The Infinite Track. Link 3, the Megaclops. Yeah, you need to be able to make that versus combo. It's gonna Cosmic the Barrage. So I'm like really surprised that he's only playing one. Set evenly, pass, draws Ash. That's like one big thing about this deck that you don't get with other decks, is that if you hand trap your combo opponent, instead of just doing what other rogue decks do and setting up like one interruption then just losing, you can just set up a monster that they can't out without imperm, and then you can just kill them within the next like 2 turns before they can draw it. Draws Ash. They both drew Ash. Attack for 24. That leaves his opponent at 24. Draws Called By. I mean, he has like Imperm Widow, unless if he's gonna set Ash. Set Called By, set Ash, pass. Draws Servant. He's gonna use it. Send Elder. He has no targets. Wow. Yeah, because it got banished. Okay, so let's see how many Ecclesia he has banished. There's 1. Okay, so he did mess up by sending the Ash Dragon that turn when he should have sent Elder. And he would have been able to set droplets. He would have been able to out that, and he would have never been able to get hit with Shark Cannon, and Avarice would have resolved. Exactly. Like the tiny misplays like that may not seem like they mean a lot, very well could have cost him this game. This is like the best time to ever draw base. I don't know why he's playing base right now anyways. I don't think it's worth playing right now. Unless if he's on like Mystic Mind. But he could use base, target Phantasme, and then it can't attack directly. And if he uses the effect to try to negate, he just imperms it. And it's worth it because this is a big body right now. When he's only at 24, this 24 attack guy is scary. He's going to base it. He's just going to let that resolve. I would have negated by discarding Servant. Or tried to at least. Draws another Servant. Goes Battle Phase. Uses evenly. He's going to chain Called By on Ash. Hey, he turns off the Ash in hand. I have to assume he's going to get rid of Called By and Imperm and leave the Widow set. Yeah, probably. He's going to get rid of base? No, I feel like base was really strong there. He sets 2 Servant and passes. Oh, what about the Phantasme discard? Draws Area 0, activates it. Area 0 effect target the set. Ash is under Called By, so there's no point in using it. He's going to chain Imperm. Hits Ray. That's game. Because now he could just... Yeah, that's game. For sure. He doesn't even have to, like, do anything. He could, like, normal summon, go into Kaina, target Phantasme. He could just play so, like, freely right here because it's so hard to lose now. Attack for 15. Alright, whoa, I can't even say 15. I'm done. Attack for 15. Send Area 0. I really don't know why I have not been able to talk. Gets rid of Hayate for Kaina effect on Phantasme. I can't tell if he's Veilered or Phantasmed that. Probably Veiler. I don't even think he knows Phantasme has an effect because he set these and he just didn't use it on base when he should have. He's going to go in the Kagari. Yeah, so he's tagging out Kaina in the Kagari. Then Kagari targets Shark. Turn Kagari and the Shiz. Like, this is just unbeatable at this point. Set the Shark Cannon, end phase, add Shark, and then use Shark. Take Gamma Seal, summon it to your side in defense. Just wall up. Your opponent has this one last turn to try to beat you. If they have not been able to do anything the turns prior, it's gonna be really hard to do it this turn. And it's like the Widow is already turned off by Phantasme. Yeah, this is for sure the right play. It's like, I'm thinking just like what he would do to attack over Shiz for game, and I can't think of a way. It would have to just be like Mega Clops. Yep, he's just gonna admit defeat. Oh, and the next card is there can be only one, and this card is an auto win versus this deck. But like I was saying, Striker has a very favorable matchup. This deck needs to get cards off the ban list for it to become meta. I think it could. Like, honestly, like if there were cards off the ban list, I think it would be. I don't think they're gonna get cards off the ban list though. Like, the best thing we're gonna get is Barrage up to like 2 or 3. I don't think we're gonna see Dryden come to 2 or 3. But it'd be cool to see like Barrage come back to 3, just to give the deck like more hope, I guess. The deck right now has 2 free spots anyways. I think that's really cool because like the Barrage would fill those 2 free spots. And I think that'd be like the perfect main deck. But that's gonna be it for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. The DB Grinder signing off. Peace.